Hey Stacy, so for Brayden, reluctant readers, I know it's hard to invest in books and try to figure out what they like, but I feel like what I've picked is fun, but without like feeling like you're reading because you have to read. Like I wasn't necessarily an excited reader when I was a kid, but if I could learn facts and figure out things that would set me apart from people, I was all about that life. So what I love about this next thing, these are my library bound collections, but these come in paperback, so don't be alarmed by library bound. That sounds expensive. It's not. These are our graphic novels. So I love our graphic novels because I think I have Dracula in here. I don't have Dracula here, but we do have Dracula. So they are the classic stories that everybody kind of knows, but they're in the comic book form, so they're fun to read. The illustrations are redonkulous. I mean, come on. And you're learning a little bit about times in history. You don't have to read the whole thing at one time. You can kind of pick and choose where you start. I love these just because, again, they do get reluctant readers excited, and they're so artfully thought of and creatively displayed that, I mean, you can't go wrong. So Three Musketeers is one of my favorite, and Robin Hood's a great one too, but Dracula is super cool, especially for Halloween coming up. The Odyssey, I don't know if he's ever experienced any kind of Greek mythology, but the Odyssey tripped me out when I was a kid. So this is a really fun one, talking about just the Greeks and how they did stuff, man. Crazy train. King Arthur. Another thing that kind of put me in the mindset of graphic novels are 100 Things to Know. So these are all chock full of facts, and we have a ton to choose from. We've got history, science, planet Earth, and we've got space and the human body. The human body is one of my favorites. Obviously everybody has a body, so figuring out how your body works and different kind of stats and procedural things like that. These are always really easy to, again, pick up, read what you want, put it down. That's totally fine. You're not going to feel like you missed out on anything or that it's too overwhelming. So bite-sized chunks is where it's at with reluctant readers. We have contracts with Bear Grylls, and Bear Grylls is awesome because obviously he's super nature man, but then he teaches a lot about life skills. So our table of contents, they go into so many things here. Animals in danger, parts of the planet, kooky critters, what's been the oldest thing, how different animals breathe. Again, all these bite-sized informational blurbs, easy to digest and fun to just pick up and then put down when you don't want to read anymore. Totally fine. Bear Grylls. Lastly, go with me here. So to increase the chances of getting literacy involved, reading aloud is something that is incredibly important. I will go over that at the party as well. But reading aloud to your child, even though he can read, that's totally fine. But reading aloud at all walks of life is important. So we have these new unabridged illustrated series. The Jungle Book is a really fun one, and these aren't like the Disney-fied versions. It's the full story, so sometimes they get a little dark, sometimes they get a little heavy, but that's exciting for older readers too. And the illustrations are really what make these guys stand out. So I recommend reading just a couple pages, either like, I know it sounds silly, but at bedtime or in the kitchen when you're prepping things, anytime like that. It's a good time to just put in a little bit because you never know what's going to click, what he's going to get excited with, and then how that's going to take off and him flourish into a reader. So I hope that helps a little bit, and if you need additional ideas, if this completely missed the mark, let me know. We have something I guarantee that he will like. We just got to find what makes him tick. All right, thanks. Talk to you soon.